Hello and welcome to Superintendent's Corner. I'm your host LJ Norvell for BSTN, and joining me today is Superintendent Chris Neifer. Thank you for being here, Mr. Neifer.
Thanks for having me, LJ.
Of course. The last time we talked, I think we mentioned how Boardman schools are continuing to build on our STEAM programs K through 12. I was in a group of BSTN students who recently attended the ESC's drone showcase. It was a great day for us. Do you see a lot of opportunities for our students involving drones?
Well, I do. I'm super excited about this part of our STEAM programming. This is a growing field. When you think about this, you may think of video games or maybe photography, but there's a lot of expanding job opportunities, real estate, construction. There's a lot of things within the military, with first responders, mapping. I mean, there's just a number of different things, and it seems to be growing exponentially. And the opportunity for jobs and good paying jobs exist out there. I know in the prior district that I came from, we were involved in this as well. And we had a young lady who graduated with her FAA certification, walked right into a job making, $25 to $30 an hour, fresh out of high school. And I know that just grows. I know there are jobs out there where you can make $200 an hour, based on your skill set and your certifications. And one of the great things here about Boardman in the Mahoning County is our ESC is really behind this. They received a great donation from the Williamson family and actually have built a facility around the drone programs. And YSU is getting very involved as well. So I expect to see this to grow here in the county, and really glad that Boardman Schools is getting in on the ground level.
Yeah, we've been doing drones so far. It's been pretty fun. Mr. Hollabaugh doing the best he can. We're doing the best we can. We're all learning here, so.
Great.
The whole month of May is a busy one, but this week is Teacher Appreciation Week. Bus Driver Appreciation Day on Monday, School Nurse Appreciation Day on Wednesday, and last Friday, it was Lunch Hero Day. What do you like about this time of the year?
Well, there's a lot of things to like about this time of the year, but I'm really glad that we get to take a moment and really appreciate those people. We talk all year about the successes of our students here in Boardman Local Schools, and the reality is none of that happens if it's not for the support staff that exists here. We have 580-ish employees here in the district, from our bus drivers who we got to celebrate at 6 a.m. this morning and thank them for their hard work. You mentioned last Friday was Lunch Hero Day. We got an opportunity to congratulate and thank our people that work in the nutrition field here. And of course our teachers and our teachers' aides, our janitors, just all of the support staff that exists here in Boardman. It's always nice to take a minute to just say thanks.
Yeah, you always gotta say thanks. You just have to. We talked about the state budget in the many phases before we have final numbers. Any updates on how things are looking for Boardman?
Well, I can tell you that the one consistent thing is that it's changing. So, I think last time we talked about the fact that there was potential that we could be taking a cut of a couple $1 million. I think the number was upwards of $2.6 million over the next couple years. I will tell you that the House has taken the budget from the governor and made some changes to it. They've kind of gotten away from the funding formula that we've been working off of the last 4 years. Good thing is it doesn't look like that loss is going to be as large. Actually, it looks like we're kind of more towards the positive side. We're not looking to gain in a lot of funds, but at least we're looking to stay kind of where we were. But there's a lot of other things that are sitting at the table, the 20 mil floor, cash balances. We won't get into the weeds here in regards to school finance, but there's still a long way to go. Now it sits in the Senate, and the Senate will create their version. It'll go back to a split committee between the two before it goes to the governor. So by law, we're supposed to have this by July 1, so it's supposed to be voted on by the end of June. So stay tuned, and those people that are interested, just kind of keep an eye on what's going on out there, and we can always use advocacy to try and help to improve, the funding formulas and the way that schools get their money here in the state of Ohio.
Yep, we'll stay tuned for that. A lot of excitement in the month of May too. With senior awards ceremony coming up and spring concert season, our spring sports teams are also battling to the top of their brackets.
So this has always been one of my favorite months in education. Yes, it's busy, and that can be a little trying at times. But it's great to be able to get to the end, right? To get really the chance to celebrate our seniors, celebrate those students who have achieved just so much as they leave one chapter of their lives and get ready to move on to college or the workforce, maybe even the military. And we get to do that in so many different events here during the month of May. You know, I just mentioned the thought of you know, some of our students going into the military. You know, we're actually holding an inaugural event here coming up on May 9th. We've got 13 of our kids that are going into the military, all branches of the military, and we're actually doing a military signing day. You know, we do those things for athletes when they sign on at universities, and I think it's important that we take the opportunity to celebrate those students as well as they go out to protect us and serve our country. You know, we also have Project Mayhem coming up. You know, that's an event that's near and dear to my heart because it was the very first time that I really got to be introduced as the Spartan leader here in the district. And so that's a night I'll never forget. So I look forward to celebrating, you know, that event this year as well. And of course, our senior award ceremony's coming up and commencement. So we do have a lot going on here over the course of the next month. But I'm really looking forward to it because it's a great opportunity for all of us to celebrate together.
It's a lot, but it's a lot of fun at the same time. Thank you, Mr. Neifer, for being here today.
Thanks, LJ.
I'm your host, LJ Norvell for BSTN, and have a great day, Spartans.